let's get right into some of these, man. So the very first one, we got Juelz Santana, and they say Juelz Santana is Shawn Kemp. I instantly had a problem with that one, dog.
Yeah, I don't get that one.
So their reason is, Juelz Santana was Cameron's sidekick,
Right.
which is kind of true.
It is.
I agree with that. Shawn Kemp, from what I remember, there were times when Shawn Kemp was literally the best player on the floor. A lot of times.
Yeah.
He was one of the most exciting players in the NBA. He was a dominant power forward. He had the misfortune to me of being in the league at the same time as like prime Charles Barkley. He won the MVP in '93. He had to share the stage with cats like Karl Malone and C. Webb. Shaq was kind of like a thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
His teammate Gary Payton.
Exactly. His teammate. He had who is a Hall of Famer. Shawn Kemp is not, even though I think we can both agree that he probably should have been.
He should have been. He was, to me, one of the most athletic guys. To me, I don't think anybody in the NBA today is athletic as he was in his prime.
I've never seen a more athletic player for sure.
Everybody kept trying to compare Blake Griffin to him. Like, nah, it's not even close.
Yeah. Shawn Kemp was on another level,
he
man.
was. He
and
was.
if you don't know this, there were kind of two young teams in the '90s that had like the right mix of veterans and like superstardom. And in the East, it was the Orlando Magic, who had Penny Hardaway and Shaq, and they had role players like D3 and Nick Anderson. Scott Skiles was on the team for a while. Horace Grant, he left the Bulls and went over there. And in the West, you had Seattle. You had GP and Shawn Kemp, who was the centerpieces of that
team.
Absolutely. And then you had cats like Detlef Schrempf and Hershey Hawkins. You know what I mean?
Yep. Sam Perkins was on that team.
Sam Perkins, absolutely. So two loaded teams. And my problem with this list, fundamentally, is that those Seattle teams won 60 games 4 years in a row.
Yeah.
And the teams that they were losing to, like the Suns, and they had to compete with the David Robinson-led Spurs, and they had Utah. You know what I mean? They had to go through like some real teams, man. Absolutely.
And then when they did make it, they had to go against a
Jordan.
Yeah.
The GOAT. The GOAT. So this bothered me because to me, I never thought Juelz was the best anything. And if you look at the whole just Dipset in general and like all their affiliations, he wasn't a better rapper than Cameron, really. No. I mean, they were kind of like the same, but Cameron was the leader.
Cameron was the leader. He was more, to me, Cameron was more lyrical. Juelz was okay. It was sometimes nursery rhymes, sometimes it was okay.
Right. But, that's kind of what they was doing, and I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that, bro.
Yeah.
He wasn't better than Freeway.
No.
He wasn't better than Beanie Siegel.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So even on your list of cats, you were never really the guy, and that's my problem with this, man. And another thing that they did in this article was they got what they thought what their ceiling could be, and they have Santana's ceiling as top 5 MC of his era. What the fuck are you talking about?
So his era be what, 03, 04?
Maybe
2000 era?
I was gonna say 02 to maybe 06.
So
is that fair? Is that fair to say 02 to 06?
So
maybe even by 05, he was kind of like not the guy anymore.
He was 05. He was still the guy up until Wayne came after enough. He was still kind of the guy because everybody was talking for that mixtape they were gonna do, which I didn't care about, but it never came out. But he was still the guy up until the end. But it was like he's got one more. He got this next album gonna be hot. This next album gonna be hot, but it never came.
It never happened. Nope. And you know what? You know what did happen? 50 Cent happened, dog.
Yeah.
And top 5 MC of his era. That they say that's his ceiling. There was too many other cats in the era for me to even.
Yeah.
Like I said, he may have been the 5th best rapper in his own stable of cats, and they gave him top 40 MC ever.
No.
Come on, man.
Now
top 40.
I liked his second album, but
I did too. I mean, I was never really a Dipset fan like that. Okay. I liked a lot of their music. Don't get me wrong, but that wasn't like my group. You know what I'm saying? I liked them, but let's keep it to I like them, man. And but I think appropriately, they say Kemp's ceiling is top 10 power forward ever, and top 40 NBA career.
Yeah.
That definitely could have been.
And I guess Kemp's thing he couldn't stop having babies. I don't know if that derailed his career.
That,
once
and I think he got on drugs and shit too.
He got traded to Cleveland and started going down, drugs and child payments and kids and Juelz just, I don't know.
He got rich. He's saying that nigga got rich.
I don't know if he got rich. I don't know.
I'm talking about Shawn Kemp.
That's
what happened. He got rich.
Okay,
Exactly. He got rich. He won, bro.
He started working hard. Like, shit, I'm good.
Exactly.
These babies, get drug habits.
Right.
I ain't gonna blow all this money, then you blow all the money.
Right. I don't know if that's up to, but he got fat.
He definitely got fat.
I remember Kemp in Orlando. Do you remember him when he was playing with Tracy McGrady?
Wasn't he on? I thought he was on Portland at one point.
He did go to Portland at one point.
I remember him at Portland looking fat as fuck.
He was on Portland and on the Magic playing with Tracy McGrady. Fat as hell, G. He had titties, bro. That was just upsetting to me.